Welcome back to the channel. I'm actually planning to upload this, so I'm dead serious. So, reason there hasn't been a video up lately, like past week or something. Currently, we're on the wilderness hunting bears. So, I can't memorize a monologue when I got a shotty ready to take down a bear. So that's not happening. However, tomorrow I'm gonna be home. I can probably memorize a good 90% of that monologue and give my rough take. So for now, I'm going to enjoy the wilderness because this whole quarantine shit's been blowing mine and I'm getting a nice workout in, so. Oh God, my hair looks awful. But you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. I ain't got another choice. Oh, and if you hear the sound, it's my PS4 going absolutely insane. I just downloaded Ghost of Tsushima and I don't think my regular PS4 can handle it. Welcome back. As you can tell by the clip I added from my Nikon, I was just hiking. It was a really fun experience. I think it was probably one of the more fun things I've done since this whole quarantine shit happened. If I were to give anyone a suggestion, it's go hiking. It's actually really, really fun. For today's video, the whole thing is really performing this monologue and just analyzing it after. So I'm not only going to record it and give my first initial take, right after I'm going to record my reaction to my take. And I'm gonna basically go through what I'm going through when I'm reacting to it. So I guess I'll like stop it, say that I didn't like this line or I did like this line, and I'll do stuff like that. So yeah, it'll be an interesting one. Really just get you guys to understand what is the mindset of an actor. Like, what do we see that we don't like? What do we see that we do like? You know, what do we really try to do when it comes to perfecting our craft and stuff. And I think that's like really interesting because I don't know if a lot of people know what actors go through. Like I said, you always see the finished product, but you never see the steps to get to the finished product. You always see the house that we built, but you never saw us build the foundation for it. So we're gonna get right to the video and I'll see you guys there. Okay, so for these takes, I'm actually gonna do two. I'm gonna do one where my character is just trying to explain this point of view, kind of to be, to give his lesson learned from this experience. And then one is going to be that he's had this emotion built up and now he's going to let it just run. Because I feel like those are the two main points. You don't say something like this if it didn't mean something to you, but at the same time, you wouldn't talk about this as if it doesn't impact you. So yeah, one take is gonna be, oh look, this is how I saw things, and one's gonna be, I can't believe it. So you know. So and then I'm gonna react to both of those and see where I can improve on both. So if I mess up any lines or anything, I'm maybe 90% off book, only 90. So I still need to get the lines that I am not too sure of 100% down. But yeah, this is all the works of a rough version, and then the final version is just going to be the video by itself. So. I went out drinking one night with my friend Ethan. We'd been friends since like the 3rd grade. We got blasted. Stumbled back to my place, passed out on my bed. Laying side by side. He never woke up. He just never woke up. They said it was alcohol poisoning, but it turned out to be hepatitis 2. He started this whole heroin thing. I don't know. Maybe there's something. He didn't look dead, you know? Even at at the funeral with the whole high school there, he just didn't look dead. It was like at any moment he was gonna get up and call me a pussy for buying into this mourning and wearing black thing. I just wanted to get high. I feel like that's what he would have wanted. Not this eulogizing and sober bullshit. But my parents, it was crappy. I had to pretend like I was this person who was concerned. That's not the right word. But I had to be like this adult, you know? Why? You don't just magically stop. Ethan never fucking woke up, but it doesn't magically make me someone who doesn't want to smoke or drink or get high or whatever. I resent that shit. That so-called wake-up call? What the fuck? Ethan lucked out. When they put him on the ground, I knew he'd gotten away with it. He never had to grow up. That's fucked up. But I feel like... whatever. I guess it's one of those nights, right? I feel like you get me. Look at me. I'm 29. The only difference between me then and me now, the only difference in 12 years is that I'm taller or something. And it's not because I'm some loser. It's because I saw everyone scurrying off from that grave like, oh shit, we better grow up. We better not end up like Ethan fucking Parsons. And why? For what? And that was take one. Gonna reset, make a new video, and do the whole shebang again. This take is going to be the more emotional take of my character just being more emotional, and like this is like a really hard story for him to tell, but he has to tell it because he has to get it off his chest, you know, something like that. So I went out drinking one night with my friend Ethan. We'd been friends since like 3rd grade. We got blasted. Stumbled back to my place, passed out on my bed, lying side by side. He never woke up. He just never woke up. They said it was alcohol poisoning, but it turned out to be hepatitis too. He started this whole heroin thing. I don't know. Maybe there's something. He didn't look dead. Even at the funeral with the whole high school there, he just didn't look dead. It was like at any moment he was gonna get up and call me a pussy for buying into this mourning and wearing black thing. I just wanted to get high. I feel like that's what he would have wanted. Not this eulogizing realizing it's sober bullshit. But my parents, it was crappy. I had to pretend like I was this person who was concerned. That's not the right word. But I had to be like this adult or something. Like, why? You don't just magically stop. Ethan never fucking woke up, but it doesn't mean that I just magically become someone who doesn't drink or smoke or want to get high or whatever. I resent that shit. That so-called wake-up call? What the fuck? Ethan lucked out. When they put him in the ground, I knew he'd gotten away with it. He never had to grow up. That's fucked up. But I feel like... whatever. You get it, right? Look at me. I'm 29. And the only difference between me then and me now, the only difference in 12 years is that I'm like taller or something. And it's not because I'm some loser. It's because I saw everyone scurrying away from that grave. Like, oh shit, we better grow up. We better not end up like Ethan fucking Parsons. And why? For what? I think I got it. Let's go. So now I'm going to react to what I recorded. I'll tell you what I liked, what I didn't like. There's going to be quite a few things I didn't like because this is a rough version. And, you know, you tend to find a lot of things you don't like. And then, you know, the few things that you do like, you'll take them and then you'll run with them. You'll maybe keep them long term, or if not, switch them out for something else. So let's see how this goes. I still hear that sound. I don't like it. I went out drinking one night with my friend Ethan. We've been friends since like third grade. We got blasted. Slept it back to my place. Passed out on my bed. Side by side. I'm a little conflicted with that line because I don't know if this is a happy memory for him or if this is just part of him trying to establish that connection to Ethan. So I don't know if that is him saying, oh, this is one of my fonder moments with him and this is like a moment of happiness for me, like that we got blasted that one night, or if this is him saying, look, I'm setting the mood and I'm trying to establish what Ethan is to me. But honestly, I feel like he would maybe have like a little smirk on his face. So I really have to see what he would be doing here. I'm not too sure myself. Said it was alcohol poisoning, but it turned out to be hepatitis 2. He started this whole heroin thing. I really like what I did there. Looking back at it, it was actually a really nice moment where it feels like at this very moment he doesn't know his best friend anymore. It's like he started this whole heroin thing, but I don't know. I didn't even know if that's the line, to be honest. That might have been a fuck up on my part, but just the fact that he's really taking in this moment, and it's like, yeah, he started this whole heroin thing. Like, granted, in that situation, he was kind of going crazy. I kind of like how I paused it there, so I might keep that.
Maybe there's something. He didn't look dead. You know? Even at the funeral with the whole high school there, he just didn't look dead. It was like at any moment he was gonna get up and call me a pussy for buying into this mourning and wearing black thing.
I feel like he might have been a little happier. Well, not happy, but I feel like this would have been a fond moment too, because he's reflecting on Ethan's character. Like, oh, dude, Ethan would have called me a pussy for this. Like, what am I doing? But then again, he is talking about his funeral, which is extremely dark. So it's like, do you just say that because you really wish Ethan could say it to you, or do you just reflect back on Ethan's character at that moment? But I don't know. I'll have to do it with like a little smirk just to see how it feels. But I feel like it might work.
I just wanted to get high. I feel like that's what he would have wanted. Not this eulogizing and sober bullshit. My parents. It was crappy.
That whistle was a little weird on my part. But yeah. I just feel like the curses here, like, not this eulogizing and sober bullshit. I feel like that has so much impact to it. So I don't like how it looks when it's this calm version. I don't like it. I feel like he would have been much more angry. It's like, I don't want to eulogize. I don't want to be sober. This is bullshit. I want to be with Ethan. This is not him. This is not what he would have wanted. So I feel like the curses here, they have some weight behind them. And I mean, I'm glad I fucked it up by only doing like a very well-minded and well-rounded take, because did it stop recording? What happened? Is it recording? Oh, it's recording. Is my audio? I'm assuming my audio is still going. I don't know what's happened there. Okay, no, it's still going. Okay, I'll trim it.
I had to pretend like I was this person who was concerned. That's not the right word.
That's hard for me. Like, he said something and he has to catch himself. So for him to say something and it just comes out and then he catches himself, it's hard to really replicate the feeling of saying the wrong thing. So I'll have to work on that a bit, but yeah. I'm 50-50 on doing that controlled. We'll have to see what it looks like when I'm just emotional.
But I had to be like this adult, you know? Why? You don't just magically stop. Ethan never fucking woke up. But it doesn't magically make me someone who doesn't want to smoke or drink or get high or whatever.
Yeah, these lines are too emotional. Doing this with a straight face is not a good idea, because of the fact that being controlled and saying something, those lines are emotional. you know, I can't stop being someone who doesn't drink anymore. I can't just stop smoking weed. Like that line is too impactful for me to say with absolute control. There's no way he would be holding himself together while saying that. So, the thing is about acting is when you fuck up, it's not really bad. You can really bounce back from it, and you can say, okay, well, I fucked up. Don't do that anymore. Try something new, and we find out what works.
I resent that shit. That so-called wake-up call? What the fuck? Ethan looked up. When they put him on the ground, I knew he'd gotten away with it. Never had to grow up. That's fucked up. But I feel like...
Okay, I feel like that's when he regains control. So in all those moments, he's very emotional. He's very rampant with his words, and then when he says, I feel like he catches himself. Whatever. That's when he actually pulls back and says, okay, I got to be a little more controlled in this. I really am pouring my heart out. So I feel like now is when these next few lines could possibly be more controlled, or if the floodgates just keep going.
Guess it's one of those nights, right?
Okay, this feels controlled.
I feel like you get me. Look at me. I'm 29. The only difference between me then and me now, the only difference in 12 years is that I'm taller or something. And it's not because I'm some loser. It's because I saw everyone scurrying off from that grave like...
Feel like that line, I start to lose it again. Everything from now, I feel like it's so reserved. It's like, I'm 29, man. Like, this is him just living it. Like, dude, I'm 29, and I'm barely a different person from 12 years ago. And I feel like that's just self-reflection. And most of the times, self-reflection on the outside is very calm. On the inside, it may be something turbulent, but on the outside, self-reflection just looks like you looking in a mirror and just taking in that moment. So, but I feel like this self-reflection is turning into something else, and that's when the floodgates start to open up for the very last part of this monologue. But up until this point, it feels natural to be reserved.
Oh shit. We better grow up. We better not end up like Ethan fucking Parsons. Why?
Just want to thank my my neighbors, construction workers, bro. They've been annoying so much lately. Oh man, I really hope that doesn't fuck up the whole video. All right, we're gonna do a second video of this because I feel like my laptop's about to die and I can't have that happen.
I went out drinking one night with my friend. We'd been friends since like 3rd grade. We got blasted. Stumbled back to my place. Passed out on my bed. Side by side.
Okay, even in this take, I didn't really take a moment to just smirk or really look back at it as a fond memory. So I'll have to play around with that, but yeah, man, like, I just feel like in his last moments, he had fun with Ethan, and I feel like that line might have been his last good memory with him. Like, oh, we got blasted. We went back to my place. I feel like it was happy. I feel like it could have been a happy last moment, but I'll have to see myself when I try it again.
He never woke up. He just never woke up.
There isn't as big a difference between stoic and emotional as I would have liked. I feel like I'm a little more calm here, and I don't like it. I want to be more emotional. But granted, it's the beginning of the monologue. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where I go from here.
They said it was alcohol poisoning, but it turned out to be hepatitis 2. He started this whole heroin thing. I don't know.
That's not a line. I came up with that. I don't know.
Maybe there's something. He didn't look dead.
So I like what I'm doing with my hands. Before I continue, God, I hate that sound from the task cam. But I like what I'm doing with my hands. It's just like it feels like I'm trying to keep it together, and I feel like I'm about to explode. So I don't know. That stage presence was, I liked it so far.
Even at the funeral with the whole high school there, he just didn't look dead. It was like at any moment he was gonna get up and call me a pussy for buying into this mourning and wearing black thing.
I kind of like that. So it felt a little scary to deliver that one. Like I'm so frightened of him not being here. Like the only relief I have is what would he do in this scenario? And it's scary to think that I have to think what would he do instead of what is he going to do. So I don't know. I kind of like how that worked.
I just wanted to get high. I feel like that's what he would have wanted.
Weird delivery. I didn't like that. I like where I was going with it, but it was just a weird delivery.
This eulogizing sober bullshit. My parents. It was crappy.
I don't like that line. Not the way I'm delivering it, because it's just that's why I'm having such a hard time. The line, but my parents, it was crappy. You're saying bullshit. You're saying the word bullshit. You're saying the word fuck. Just say something. Just say something that doesn't sound elementary. I don't know. That's my gripe with the actual script, but I mean I can't change it. So I just have to find a good delivery. And look at my hair. Oof.
I had to pretend like I was this person who was concerned.
It does make sense to pause there. If concerned is the wrong word, why would I think about saying it? You know? You don't think of something for like a good 5 seconds, say it and be like, oh, well, I kind of fucked up. That line just needs to come out. And then that's when I realized that's the wrong word. So that pause did not make any sense there for me.
That's not the right word. But I had to be like this adult or something.
I don't know if I like that explosion. We're going to keep going, but I don't know if I like that explosion.
Like, why? You don't just magically stop. Ethan never fucking woke up, but it doesn't mean that I just magically become someone who doesn't drink or smoke or want to get high or whatever.
So if you see me stumble backwards, that's because I remember the right line, and my stupid perfectionist self had to get that line right. But I'm liking the intensity. I'm really liking the intensity. I feel like my body is shaking a little bit, and I really like the energy for that.
I resent that shit. That so-called wake-up call? What the fuck? Ethan looked out. When they put him in the ground, I knew he'd gotten away with it.
kind of like him hating Ethan for a second. Kind of like that, like, oh, my best friend died or whatever, and then now he's like, nah, fuck him, bro. He took the easy way out. Like, he's lucky. I'm still dealing with this shit. For that quick second, I kind of like that little hatred he has. Like, I'm gonna keep that, I think.
He never had to grow up.
There you go. Yep. I'm definitely keeping that.
That's fucked up. But I feel like, whatever.
Yep. Okay. Like I said, I need to ramp up and raise the stakes a little more. I need to ramp it up a little more. But that moment where he just hits the brakes and he's stoic and he's like, whatever. If I can tweak that a little bit, it'll look really good. You good?
You get it, right? Look at me. I'm 29. And the only difference between me then and me now, the only difference in 12 years is that I'm like taller or something. And it's not because I'm some loser. It's because I saw everyone scurrying away from that grave. Like,
The way I said grave, I didn't like it. But I think it was because I was trying to do something. I think I was trying to connect those two sentences and those two lines. And I ended up deciding not to go along with it, but I already said grave as if I was going to continue. And then it was that sudden stop. So, yeah, I didn't like it. This is how nitpicky I am. But yeah, I didn't like the way I said the word grave. If this was a final take, I'd literally delete this video and try it again. I could not have something like that.
oh shit, we better grow up. We better not end up like Ethan fucking Parsons.
I need to ramp it up a little more. That's... The energy, I feel like, is still not to the point where he would say Ethan fucking Parsons. That line has so much intensity to it, and I don't know. In this rough take, I didn't get to it.
Why? For what?
Okay, that was... I like that stage presence to just like hang your head low and say like, oh, well, why? I'm gonna keep that. I definitely like that. It was just a moment of all the energy leaving his body and him being like, all right, well, I'm gassed out now. But I need to gas myself out prior to this, so I'm gonna keep that. But I need to make sure it makes sense with the rest of the monologue. So yeah, that was just my rough take. So yeah, that's kind of what I go through in my head when I do a monologue, and there's so many takes of me doing that. There's so many new discoveries that I have. Like the next take that I do, I might actually discover something that I love that I never tried before, and I might stick with that. I'm gonna maybe give myself a month before I upload the final take, just because I want it to be a really, really nice piece, and I feel like that way I can put it on the channel, and if a casting director were to see it, he'd see good work instead of just any random thing. Oh look, it was me when I was in Little League. Yeah, I was a tall kid. So yeah, that's it for the video. I just wanted to give you a little inside scoop on how actors really go about their pieces. If any of my acting friends are watching this video, you guys could put a little comment saying what your thought process is, if it's similar to mine, if it's just like mine, what you do to prepare. I know some people like to present a monologue in front of other people, and then that's how they get their reaction. You know, they ask people, how do you think this was? And most likely it's like other actors, so that their friends aren't being like, that was amazing, when, you know, they're still in the rough stages. But yeah, so that's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and now I gotta struggle finding something else to upload, so we'll see how that goes.